Good morning. It's Hump Day Happy Chat time. How's everybody doing out there in Facebook land? Boy, it's been one heck of a morning. I feel like I've lived a lifetime in the last couple of hours, actually in the last half hour. A lot going on. Happy Hump Day. Coming at you. This is Valerie Shepard coming at you from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, where we're helping people master themselves so they can exquisitely manage whatever life throws their way. And I truly am living kind of what it means to deal with this idea of whatever life throws your way. And I'm sure everybody is, right? We're all doing it in one way or another. Hi, thanks for joining. Come on in. We're going to chat for a little bit today about a topic that I have had a very different relationship with over the last few years. And I'm talking about this topic called pain. Pain. That's so painful. And for me and for you, I'm sure there's physiological pain and there's emotional pain. And I'm talking today mostly about physiological pain. I'll talk about emotional pain at another time. But the reason I wanted to talk about physiological pain is because it's a visceral experience for me, 24/7, 365. Not necessarily all acute, horrible pain, but definitely pain and a physiological experience that is less than what I want. So most of you know, like, the most recent aspect of my story, which is I talk about my life expanding to include this experience that my neurologist calls a catastrophic hemorrhagic stroke, which is basically a blood vessel burst in the left side of my head while I was leading a workshop. How fun is that? Have a bunch of people watch you have a stroke real time. I wish they'd taken out their cameras and filmed. I would love to have seen what I was experiencing from the outside. I know what I was feeling on the inside, but I would love to have watched it. Or maybe not, but maybe that's a gift that I can't see it. So on the right side of my body has been a reflection of that, an outward expression of that moment in time for the last 3 years, since June 5th. And what you can't see, and this is what is important, I think, for us all to remember, and really important for us all to remember, is that many people, most people, they may not be wearing the pain that they're managing and that they're dealing with, or that is practically taking them under, overcoming them. They're not necessarily wearing it in a way that you are aware that that's what they're feeling. So, for example, if anybody watches me, now if you watch me walk and reach and do things today, you probably only see a slight outward expression of what my body went through when the blood vessel burst and what we've been doing to get back as much movement and strength and coordination and dexterity as possible. You probably only see certain parts of it. And it'll depend on if you just see me walking or if you see me bending or picking up or reaching. But what you can't see is what I can feel. And so every minute of every day since then, my body has been in some version of pain. There's a tingling on the right side of my body, especially in my hands, my face, the right side of my face, and it's literally halfway, where it feels like, you know, when you go to the dentist and you get a Novocaine shot, and then when it starts to wear off, you kind of feel like, what's going on with my face? What's that tingly, kind of yucky, and you can't wait till it's over feeling? That, exactly, you're tracking with me now. So, though you can't see it, that's my experience. And we're doing all kinds of things to manage it and get it under control and hopefully dissipate it. But right now, that's not what's happening. Right now, it feels about the same strength all the time. But you can't see it. Hi, thank you for joining. And I want to talk about this. It's not always visible. And so, how do we get into the transcendence and inclusion of that stuff that we walk around with, and we don't necessarily wear it on our chest or our sleeve or our forehead? I'm in pain today, and yet it's with us. And I think this is a really important experience to really go into when there's so much of this in the world today. I mean, I really feel like there's a lot of pain that's being worn outside. There's a lot of pain that's erupting, like a volcanic expression of here's where I am, or here's where I have been, and nobody's been willing to listen to me. So, pow, here it comes. And so I've got a few ways that I hope will help you kind of experience whatever you may be experiencing that you label as pain in a way that can also help you simultaneously claim your happiness. Claim your happiness. There is no way that I would be able to go through what I'm going through, have gone through, continue to experience, were it not for me being so committed to embodying that which I teach as a part of transcending and including whatever there is that is in my lower vibration in order to get to and stay at my higher vibration, because that's how I create the world that is what I really want to live in and what I really love. So transcending and including. And there's a video in the Happy Chat series about specifically transcending and including, and you can go back and watch that too. I encourage and invite you to watch it, share it. There's probably a friend who needs this. So be courageous, be loving, and share it with them. Help them. Help them. So the first thing in this whole idea of how do I manage my pain? How do I live with it? How do I get superiority over it? And what I mean by that is getting superiority over something means it's not running you. It doesn't own you. It doesn't put you into a reaction and dictate how you look, how you feel, how you express, how you think. It's there like a low hum, like white noise, right? It's there, and you have superiority over it. That's what I'm really getting adept at doing, and I'm not 100% good at this. I mean, there are days when I'm under it, but not for long. It used to be days, and now it's part of a day. You know, it's hours, minutes, and that's really cool. So first, befriend. Number one, befriend it. Can you take a couple steps toward it? So what I mean by this is like create a relationship with that thing that seems to be exactly what you don't want. So for example, my right hand, you see me using my left hand a lot. That's because my right hand is not, I don't use it as well. It's not as controlled. It's not as pretty. It's not as whatever. It's not. And it also has it has the tingling, really. This is where the tingling is the most prevalent. And I will sometimes, in my going toward it and befriending it, I will sometimes just massage it. I will just sometimes send energy to it that is, hello. I hear you. I see you. You have my attention. I'm with you. It's not a disembodied part of me that's going through what it's going through as a result of a blood vessel bursting in my brain. It's not some part of me I want to get rid of. It is me. This is my hand. Just like it was my brain. So can you go toward it in love, and can you walk toward that thing? Can you walk toward this idea that you're not enough? Can you walk toward the pain of separation, the pain of departure? There are a lot of beings leaving the planet right now. Can you walk toward that pain? So in the physiological pain, I've got a knee brace on right now, a little knee sleeve, because my knees really bother me. It is speaking to me very loudly. So go to it, create a relationship with it. I used to say that I have bad knees. I wish I had known then what I was creating in consciousness by that constant thought. I certainly would not have continued. And now I'm in a love relationship with my knees, no matter how they feel. So number one, befriend the pain, the physiological pain. Go to it, befriend it. Number two, flood it with love. Flood it with compassion. So last night I sat and massaged my hand. Every little knuckle, every little finger, the palm of my hand, my thumb, I just told it I loved it. I love you. Thank you. You can do ho'oponopono on something like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. It's a really beautiful, compassionate way to send love and compassion to the one who needs it most. That would be you. In any given moment, you deserve and need your love and compassion as much as anybody else to whom you give it. So you first befriend it. Hello, friend, called pain. Walk forward, walk toward it. Not run away, not push it away, not resistance. Get into a relationship with it. Number two, flood it with love. This is self-care at its deepest and finest. It's not just about taking a bath or taking a nap or taking a walk in nature or reading poetry. It's not just about those things. It's also about befriending that within you which feels painful, feels hard to deal with, feels like you don't really want it. But when we befriend it and bring it in, hold it close. In heart math, there's a process called a heart soak, where you actually pull that which you don't want into the space of the heart and flood it with love, flood it with compassion, flood it with gratitude. Soak this physiological pain in your love and your gratitude. So that's step two. Step three is turn on your radar, make your whole body into an ear. Your whole body becomes an ear, and you're listening. What is the message? Especially chronic pain. It can have a message from you, to you, for you, about you. We often think it's about all of that stuff out there. It's not. It's really about you. So turn on your ears, and not necessarily ears here, but turn your whole self into a radar that's absorbing the messages from the self. It's going to be your higher self, your soul, talking to you through your physical body. Your body carries messages for you. It's telegraphing to you what would change potentially were you to go into the physiological pain, create a relationship, hear what it has to say, and then shift. Shift. Now, if you've been accomplished at ignoring your pain, and that might look like no pain, no gain. So you just step over it, get thee behind me, Satan. Bye, pain. I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Sit down and shut up. I've got things to do today. Power through. I'm going to power through. That was me. I admit it. I'm one of the crew. Yes, I used to power through. And now I know that didn't serve me. It didn't serve my body, and it didn't serve what I'm here to do on the planet. So the acceptance of, wow, there's a lot of pain here today. And maybe what needs to move? You know, I can feel tears. I can feel a little shout out to my friend and dear friend, Dr. Sean Duperrin, the upset, she calls it. Like, what's that going on below the surface, right? So I can feel something there, and I accept it. This is where I am today. It doesn't rule me. It may overcome me in a moment. That's because I'm listening to it. That's because I want to know the gift that is inside this, that is there for me when I pay attention. So that's the transcending and including. Now notice, I didn't tell you that the pain miraculously went away. The tingling is still here. It's been here for however many months this is, 3 years and 5 months. It's still here. I still wake up in the anticipation of maybe this is the day when it just miraculously poofs away. And if it hasn't, I go, okay, so now what are we learning about this and about ourselves today? What is it? What's in this for me to spend another day creating a relationship with what's going on the right side of my body as the result of something that happened 3.5 years ago? What is it for me today? How can I carry the highest vibration of myself in spite of the fact that there's a lot going on in here? There's a lot going on, and it ain't all pretty. Despite that, that's what transcendence and inclusion is. So we don't kick it to the curb. We say, hello, my friend. I'm listening. Give me your message. I'm ready and willing to receive. In grace, in gratitude, in love, in light, in trust, and in faith. Then in so doing, in creating this relationship and in being willing to have it and still stay in a place of, my life is freaking fabulous. Like, wow, there's so much beauty and magnificence and love and harmony and tenderness and sweetness and fun and joy in my life. And I just have to bring this along with me and see what it brings into that experience. So acceptance is the highest level under the transcend and include, with a nice, deep soaking of gratitude. Thank you so much. Now, one last thing I will tell you. I'm a certified laughter yoga leader. And the reason I did that long before the brain hemorrhage ever happened was because I love laughing. And to have studied and found that laughter actually has multiple deep healing effects, emotional and physiological. So I offer this to anyone who's experiencing chronic pain. You know, there have been a number of studies. Norman Cousins wrote a book called The Anatomy of an Illness, which was about how he healed his body and he managed his pain using laughter. The story of Patch Adams, which starred the late Robin Williams, was a study of a medical doctor at Loma Linda in California of how laughter and play helped patients deal with chronic pain. Laughter yoga was founded by a medical doctor, Madan Kataria, from Mumbai, India. And so it is about how this energy of laughter, it oxygenates the blood. It brings all kinds of your serotonins go, your dopamine flows, your body, your chest opens up and you evacuate old stale carbon dioxide from your lungs. Laughter is a powerful healing tool. So if you can't do the physiological things that might help you feel better, so stretching and yoga actually help my body. And I haven't been doing it as much lately, and it may be a part of why my body's saying, hello, would you like to do some more yoga, Miss Shepherd? And so I'm really dancing with that question. And the message, like I told you, it'll give you a message. But if you want to laugh, turn on something funny, or just laugh. The one thing that's really important that laughter yoga proved is this thing called mirthful laughter. Mirthful laughter meaning laughing without a reason. Like you don't have to have a joke. You don't have to have an object at which you are laughing. You could just start laughing. And you know how laughter is contagious because if you see someone else laughing, you start laughing. Sort of like a vomitorium, right? You just kind of and you just go, let it flow. And I get on to a morning laughter meditation. It's a 20-minute phone call, global phone call. If you're interested, private message me. I'll give you the number and we can all get together and laugh. No talking. You don't even have to introduce yourself. Just laugh. Just laugh. Okay, so there you go. Physiological pain, the transcendence and including steps of befriend, go into compassion, love, heart soak, listen, what's my message? What is my body trying to say to me? Then get into the acceptance. Ho'oponopono can help you forgive whatever created the situation. Acceptance. And then if you want to move some of that energy that might be expressing itself as pain, laugh like crazy. You can do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, I encourage and invite you to share this. There's somebody in your world who would be helped by this idea, by these ideas. And I hope that you will love them and love yourself enough to poof, hey, I've got an idea for you. Check this out. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Hump Day Happy Chat from the Hartley Center of Mindfulness and Self-Mastery. I'm Valerie Shepard. Bye now. See you next week.